The movie we are reviewing today is The Iron Claw, the true story of the inseparable Von Erich brothers, who made history in the intensely competitive world of professional wrestling in the early 1980s. So this movie, starting Zac Efron, which, by the way, he was jacked. He didn't look like the pretty boy from the Disney movies. This guy, he looked like a wrestler for real, like a back in the day wrestler. Jeremy Allen White, Harris Dickinson, Maura Tierney, Holt McCallany, Grady Wilson, Scott Hines, Chavo Guerrero Jr. So there was a lot of I like this movie. First of all, I didn't know who they were. Like Kat was like, you probably know who they are if you look at the pictures. I didn't know who they were. One of the times they did fight Ric Flair, that's when he got disqualified, and he was going crazy on Ric Flair. I was like, oh, I know Ric Flair. So it was probably one of those guys that, we probably didn't know, All right. IMDb gives this movie a 7.6. And, yeah, I think so. I think it was really good. I gave it I like wrestling and stuff, so I gave it a 9. So this is a little low for me. Just because I didn't know and it was a true story, so it's kind of cool to see stuff like this for me. Let me see. The Iron Claw is an incredibly yet devastating. It's emotionally haunting film that is going to stick with me for a while. The film delves into people that read it. Delves into the tragic story of the Von Erich family with the utmost reverence. And while I know the next to nothing about wrestling, this movie destroyed me. It's heavy watch that might be the most moving, profound, and honest depiction of a family on film this year. Sean Durkin takes an unfathomably tragic story and tells it needed grace. Zac Efron gives an absolutely touching and heartbreaking performance as Kevin Von Erich. He delivers the most physically and emotionally demanding performance to date, supporting by a flawless cast ensemble as they, along with director Sean Durkin, commit to some of the best depictions of wrestling ever seen on film. The Iron Claw is a gut-wrenching and beautiful all at the same time, telling a tragic story of brotherhood, love, pain, expectations, favoritism, and legacy. I found myself heartbroken by the tragedies portrayed on screen, yet incredibly moved by the brotherhood these characters share. Hold your loved ones close. Yeah, I agree. I agree with what this guy said. He gave it an 8. So the movie is about a dad, and he has a Zac Efron and a bunch of brothers, right? He had 4 or 5 brothers. One of the brothers died early, and then, the dad is like, come on, we gotta make it into wrestling. We gotta bring the belt to us. But everything bad happened to these guys. Literally everything. If you watch the movie, it's sad, bro. They even said Zac Efron, his character, even named his son a different name than the family name, just because he's like, we have a bad luck. We have a curse in the family. Everybody keeps dying or getting hurt, and it was true. Everything that happened was insane. It was super sad. The movie was good though. The movie was good, and like I said, learning about wrestling. I even watched a bunch of the Hulk Hogan documentary and a bunch of other ones, and it's and I found nothing. And then I saw a bunch of them. I watched a bunch of documentaries and stuff, and not like this one. This one was a movie about the true life. The other ones were documentaries and people actually talking about it. And it was like, these guys get hurt. Like, they might say they have a curse, but there's so many of them that obviously, if you watch wrestlers' documentaries, you know that these guys get hurt a lot. Like they break bones and have concussions and just, they go through pain, so much pain that it's like insane, you know? Like one of the scenes in this movie, Zac Efron was like, yeah, fighting and stuff. And then he was going for the championship. And this other dude, he was out of shape and stuff, but you know, wrestlers is wrestlers, you know? It doesn't matter. It's like Andre the Giant. You're a wrestler. It doesn't matter if you're in shape or not. You just gotta be in shape to wrestle. You don't have to be in physical shape. You just have to have the stamina and the moves and all that stuff. So this other guy just picked up Zac Efron's character and slammed him. And then he couldn't get up. He barely got up to like the count of 10. You know, he was outside of the ring. He body slammed him. I mean, he like suplexed him. And Zac Efron was like, oh my God, I can barely get up. You know, like his dad was like, you have to get up. That's what we practice for. And in my mind, I'm like, yeah, these guys are all gonna die. Like the way the dad, you know, wanted the belt so bad and stuff. It was more, I guess, about him, you know, like living his dream through the kids and stuff, but it tore everybody down. It was crazy. But yeah, the movie was good. I recommend you watch it. I think it's on Amazon. I believe it's on Amazon, if I'm not wrong. Watch What You Love with Prime Video. Oh, that was just a commercial. It could have been Netflix. I'm not too sure. It's called The Iron Claw. I gave it like a 9. A couple of times. I feel like not that they ran out of time, but they were trying to tell a whole story. So it was like one of the wrestlers like went to wrestle in Japan. Instead of them showing that they wrestled, they just like, he went to Japan and then, you know, like they didn't show him go to Japan, but they, you know, you assume that he went to Japan. And then 2 seconds later, the dad is like, oh no, he died, you know, like his intestine exploded or something, you know. He won the belt. They won the belt, but it was like, you know, the kid died from you know, wrestling. He got hurt and he just passed away. So, you know, stuff like that. Like there was a bunch of stuff like that, you know. Or one of the times, one of the guy was like riding a motorcycle and then they show him nothing happening, and then later on they show him with like one leg and bruises and stuff. I'm like, bro, did he have an accident? Like, they went through stuff. So, like, towards the end, they were just, I guess, skipping stuff. And maybe they shot the scenes and they were like, we need to fit this in like a 2-hour thing. So let's cut mad stuff out. That's what I felt like was happening towards the end. But before that, they showed a bunch of stuff and, you know, it was pretty good. All right. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to comment, like, subscribe for more videos like me. I mean, like these, but wait, this movie is Hugo approved. Definitely Hugo approved. Alright, see you guys on the next one.